Hello. Quick programming note for my channel. You may have noticed if you watch my channel that I've not been putting out very many videos recently. That's because I'm fucking busy in my real world life. I'm studying right now and I have to do so much shit every week that I just don't really have the time to maintain making videos like I have been. Now, when I actually have some downtime from my study and all that kind of shit, I got some platypus to be getting on with, which is my character dude who is the greatest man who's ever born. I've got some other ideas to do with that I want to work on, and I got probably more shit to talk about if I can think of anything that's going on in the old noggin. But for now, I thought I'd just make a quick video, and I don't know, once a week, like twice a week or something. It's kind of reduced from what I want to do, but I promise I haven't given up this channel, and I'm gonna fight hard to become the biggest thing since that fat guy who sweats and the old bald guy who is ugly and his shitty channel, and then a bunch of other people who are on YouTube and are shit. One day I'm gonna become as big as those sweaty ugly pieces of crap, and that's my goal. So something that stood out to me in the news, and it's not normally something that I would comment on because I think it's so fucking mundane and boring and usual, is Mr. Donald Trump said...
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
And then Chris Matthews, who was interviewing him, was like...
For the woman.
And Donald Trump was like, duh, yeah.
Yeah, there has to be some form.
I just watched an interview with him on Fox News with Eric Bolling, and he said...
And if in fact abortion was outlawed, the person performing that act is responsible, not the woman.
For the woman.
Yeah.
Not the woman.
For the woman.
Yeah.
Not the woman.
For the woman.
Yeah.
Not the woman.
Clearly, just for the women.
For the woman.
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Now, what kind of punishment should there fucking be? To me, the biggest punishment around is having an abortion, because I know that it's really traumatizing. And how do I know that? Because I know people who have had abortions, and it was not easy for them. I was thinking about this the other week, and I was thinking, what women actually use abortion for birth control? Do those women exist?
Birth control would be any man-made attempt to avoid the blessing of children.
It's something that is going to ultimately, and has led to in many ways, abortion in our country.
They would be like zebras with no stripes. So rare that, you know, you just say that's not a zebra, it's a fucking pony. So, pony women. Yeah, okay. That's the analogy I'm gonna go with. Do pony women exist? I don't think they do. Maybe one or two. Okay, I just contradicted myself. Maybe two women ever were like, yeah, this is so much fun getting abortions. I'm gonna get abortions and kill babies, and that's the way to do birth control. So I don't know who the fuck came up with that. If somebody in the comments who's not insane has some reasonable statistics that could possibly show whether women use abortion as birth control, because to be perfectly honest, I can't be fucked looking up something which I think is so obviously bullshit, but maybe you've got a different idea about that, then please put it in the comments or something, and don't give me some fucking pro-life shit from some shitty conservative group who doesn't even care about women and abortion, because they don't really want to like reduce abortions, they just want to shame people who have had them. If they don't have access to any abortion at all, they end up just having dangerous abortions that lead to horrible places and hurt the woman. If you're practicing safe abortion, that is not the same as somebody advocating for those and saying, hey, you know, abortions are safe to get. That means that you're really gonna want them because they're just so much fun. Now that sex is safe, you can just fuck like bunny rabbits. It doesn't really work that way. People want to have sex anyways. The safety or not doesn't generally make a difference as to whether people have a sex drive. They are gonna have a sex drive. That's why abstinence education fucking fails miserably. So why do we have a presidential candidate saying that people who get abortions should be punished? It's already punishment enough. Again, unless you think women really enjoy killing the life that's inside of them. I think generally it's done because there are some very difficult extenuating circumstances in their life. I don't think anybody, or maybe somebody, had a weird fetish for like killing babies inside them. That's a strange fetish, to be honest. And if you can think of any woman who would be into that kind of thing, well, fuck, yeah, tell me about that in the comments too, because I've never even heard of a person who would take glee from getting an abortion. And why do I bring that all up? Is that all just a straw man? No. If you actually follow American politics and the way people in America talk about abortion, particularly in the South, and particularly Christians, this is how they actually talk about this subject. They talk about it like, oh, women will use abortion as birth control. You can find this. It's not something I've just made up. It's something that you can find. All you have to do is look in the South, in America, and you can find all kinds of people saying women use abortion as birth control. I don't understand that. So when you have a presidential candidate who is the front runner for the GOP saying this, it's shocking. Actually, no, it's not shocking at all. And something that really annoys me recently is seeing all of these comments of people talking about Donald Trump like, oh my god, it's shocking, it's terrible, I can't believe it. Wow, Donald Trump said something really fucked up. First, he said that thing about Mexicans being rapists.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
But some of them are probably good people. Then he said,
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
about John McCain. And then he said, Lindsey Graham is a piece of shit. And then he said, this person's a dummy. And he said, I want to punch this person in the face. You are a piece of shit. I'll fucking kill you and you're dumb and you're stupid and the bit. And then he said something bad about abortion. Oh my god, he said something else bad. Well, that's all he's been doing ever since he's been in the race, has been saying bad and stupid shit. Why are people still surprised? Why are you still surprised when Donald Trump says a fucked up thing? He could be in an interview and be like, yeah, so when I wake up in the morning, I'm still covered in feces from the night before because I like to smear myself in my daughter's feces. I roll around in it, and that helps me go to sleep. And then when I wake up, Ivanka, she helps me scrape off the feces, you know, and then I put a little bit in my coffee. And some of the feces is from Ethiopian slave workers who I have working in my casinos. I pay them about $1 a year. It's quite funny to watch a lot of them die of starvation, but hey, that's business. And I would just be like, oh yeah, that's Donald Trump. Like, what could he possibly say now that would actually be shocking? The only thing that's actually shocking about anything is not to do with what he says, it's to do with the fact that he is a front runner, because it says a lot about the stupidity of America and the stupidity of a lot of Americans. And to be perfectly honest, it makes America look like a fucking laughing stock. It looks like a complete fucking joke, and that's coming from someone who's in a country whose leader is John Key. And John Key, if you know that guy, I'm not too sure about Mr. John Key, but like Mr. Donald Trump, he makes your country look fucking, I don't want to say the retarded word, but kind of retarded. It definitely makes America look like a bunch of retards. And I want to burn some bridges with Hillary supporters, because Hillary is better than Donald Trump, obviously. It's not really much of a comparison there. But it's also disappointing that so many people are supporting Hillary Clinton, because there's nothing special about this person as a candidate. There's nothing that she is offering which is like basically more than what you should expect from a very basic politician, just offering you just the most basic things in life that you need. Donald Trump is offering some crazy, bizarre, fucked up bullshit, and Hillary Clinton is offering just like some little bits around the edges. And I'm gonna be honest, her supporters, you're living in a dream world. You're living in a dream world, because this person is not really standout or special in any way. None of you can name anything about Hillary Clinton that stands out. Anything that is really inspiring about her. There's nothing inspiring about Hillary Clinton. I think Hillary Clinton is going to win. But at the same time, I think Bernie Sanders should and his supporters should do everything they can to beat her, and if she loses, that'll be fucking fantastic. But I'm also a pragmatist, so if Hillary Clinton wins the nomination, is it imperative that she beat Donald Trump? Yes it is, because Donald Trump is a pile of shit, basically. Like, just, there's nothing there. Just a giant baby. He should be wearing nappies. But does that mean that Hillary Clinton is at all inspiring? That she has any policies which are actually in any way better than anything that Bernie Sanders is offering? Down the line, Bernie Sanders is offering things to America which are much more substantial, will help the middle class a lot more, and will help working people a lot more. And Hillary Clinton has taken so much money from Wall Street. She's full of shit. She just makes shit up as she goes along. She changes her positions. She didn't get behind gay marriage until like 2 or 3 years ago. That's unbelievable. How the fuck can you not... How could you not get... God. But Hillary's supporters are just rabid, and they're fucking spreading all this shit about like Bernie Sanders, like Bernie bros. Oh, it's all just men and white people who want to vote for Bernie Sanders. And you know what? If it is all just men and white people who want to vote for Bernie Sanders, then I gotta say, it's another example of me being disappointed in the electorate. People will vote against their own best interests. I don't care if it sounds like patriarchal or condescending or patronizing or anything. He has better policies for African Americans. He's a white Jewish old dude. Okay. Hillary is a white person who has a vagina because she said that that was important. That would be the thing that would really stand out about her.
How would you not be a third term of President Obama?
Well, I think that's pretty obvious. I think being the first woman president would be quite a change from the presidents we've had up until this point, including President Obama.
In either case, African Americans are going to have to look to someone who's white. Now, if they had an African American candidate who really took off, that would be fucking great. Just have to look at their policies, because it's all about their policies. Are their policies good? Bernie Sanders' policies are better for African Americans. They're better for women. They're better for me. I'm studying teaching. They're better for teachers. They're better for everybody. Hillary Clinton supporters don't have a fucking leg to stand on. And I hate to have to say this because I know it will burn a lot of bridges with some people who I know I just would not see eye to eye on this issue with. But she is a terrible candidate, and I've never seen I've literally just never seen a Hillary Clinton supporter make an argument as to why she would be better than Bernie Sanders or some policies that she's offering which would actually be really good for the American people in a compelling way that actually made sense. All they're saying right now is just like, you gotta support Hillary because she will win, even though based on the polling she probably won't win. Especially compared to Bernie Sanders. And if she loses to Donald Trump, well, you know what? The fact that Donald Trump is at the position he is right now, it makes me despair for America, and it makes me think, if that country is that stupid, if that country is that fucked, if that country wants to go down the gurgler that desperately, then okay, let them vote in Donald Trump, let Rome burn, and let all of these people who say that they hate Donald Trump and they don't like him and he's really terrible and he's a bad guy, but are constantly espousing these kind of xenophobic and bigoted attitudes that Donald Trump himself displays, and then just saying, I'm not a right-winger. I'm not on the right wing and I don't support Trump, even though I keep big-upping the things that he actually wants to do. Let's watch it all fucking fail and then try to rebuild the world later. Or let's go with Hillary Clinton, which will be kind of shit and just the same old crap. Or we could go with Bernie Sanders, who's actually offering some solutions and some ideas, which actually might help people. You know what? I think mankind is too fucking stupid.
You see? Your stupid minds. Stupid! Stupid! That's all I'm taking from you. Get back here, you fool! Let him finish.
So I guess what I want to say is I'm disappointed in America. You know, there was a lot of promise. There was some hope that you guys would do better. And you are becoming the laughingstock that you were under George Bush. Just under a different Joker. And it's depressing, because it just makes it feel like no one ever learns. Nothing ever fucking changes. I hate to end this on such a down note, but when you have liberals supporting Hillary Clinton and Republicans supporting Donald Trump, it's just like, you know, one of those founding fathers said, here's a democracy, now try not to lose it. Well, you're gonna lose your democracy through such moronic choices and such moronic support for people who just don't have your best interests at heart. I don't know what it is. In the case of Hillary Clinton supporters, a lot of it seems like pride, because they get so angry when you say anything negative about Hillary Clinton. And yes, I've seen the sexist attacks against her, and I can condemn all of those. Any attacks on Hillary Clinton based on gender is bullshit, but it's also bullshit of her to say, vote for me because I'm a woman. And it's also bullshit of her policies to be shittier for women, and her policies to be shittier for African Americans than Bernie Sanders wants, but for her to get their support, low information voters, or people who just have the sense of pride, like, we gotta vote for the candidate who really represents the Democratic Party. It's all about the party, guys. It's all about the nomination. Fuck that, but I have very little faith that anybody can learn and grow. Sorry, humankind. It's just what I've really noticed so far. You're kind of shit. You're really quite shit. Okay. Thank you.
Everyone's got